That team was never going to win when you look back at it. We just didn't get along well enough.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about Doc Rivers throwing shade on Paul George ahead of the playoffs, and we got to go back a little bit to the origin of their beef. Now, they tried to be as professional as possible when they came together with the Los Angeles Clippers, but Doc even said things around that time that made you look like, man, why is he coming at PG that way? When he would speak about the leaders of the team, he would say everybody's embracing Kawhi, and we obviously know who the other person is that came there to be the top guy. So he said some shade, but remember that story that came out about Paul George dating his daughter, Callie Rivers? And, you know, Callie's been with different athletes. You know, she used to date a North Carolina basketball player. She dated former NFL player and Florida football player Brandon Spikes. Well, she's married to Seth Curry now. And remember how Seth Curry in the bubble was taking his matchup against Paul George personal? Like, he was guarding PG, even though like it didn't really make sense for him to be on PG. He was at times taking that challenge personally and asked for him. And I'm pretty sure that has something to do with his personal feelings towards PG, because I'm going to show you a clip. A lot of people forgot about this. A lot of people remember, but that was very personal between those two. I'm going to show you these clips, and I'm going to be back with my commentary. Check it out.
You've had teams like this, right? You've had star groups before, and you've had star groups where you've gone on to win it all, and you've had star groups where you've fallen short, right? I'm looking at Boston. I'm looking at Los Angeles. What group does this one that you have right now, does it feel more similarly to one or another?
That's a great question. I would say definitely more leaning towards Boston than the Clippers, and not trying to take anything away from that team. That team was never going to win when you look back at it. We just didn't get along well enough as a group, and you can't win without cooperation. That's the only way you can win, and obviously better play. But this team is deeper. This team reminds me a lot of Boston. We've added some late pieces to our team, like the Boston team.
Mm-hmm.
We get along. It may be the right time too. You know, for teams to win, it has to be the right time for all the players and everybody to want to give up themselves and give themselves to the team. So it may be the right time for this group.
You know, you can visibly see it. We had a starting group and a second group that the guys that had there the year before, you know, honestly didn't accept, you know, at least one of the new guys. I thought they accept Kawhi. And if they don't accept everybody, then you usually don't win. And so for us this year, we're going to have to accept everybody on the team, play with everybody on the team. We have to do a lot of different stuff.
And then, you know, the way I was being used, I felt like I was, you know, Doc was trying to play me as like a Ray Allen or like a JJ Redick, like all pin downs, all like, I can do it, but that ain't my game. Right. Like, you know what I mean? I need some flow. I need some mixes of pick and rolls. I need some post ups.
All that.
Just different touches, you know what I mean? And so it was just, you know, that last season was just hard overall.
Spectacular finish. Wow.
Okay, man. So that first clip that I played was the most recent, and the other ones was just things he said about Paul George in the past that were not so slick, and everybody picked up on it. I mean, and PG said his piece after Doc was gone, saying, you know, he was trying to play him like Ray Allen and those guys. And what he was trying to say is Doc was secretly trying to sabotage his career with the way he was making them play. Doc, you know, he spoke on this Philly team and said that they're closer to KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce Boston team than they were his Clippers teams that blew that 3-1 lead to Jokic and those guys, man. So I don't know what evidence he has to support that. I mean, Embiid's been playing well. Do you trust James Harden would be great in the playoffs like that? Tyrese Maxey is a good young player. They have some depth, decent team, but to say that they're closer to a team that we knew would be in the finals, that may be a bit of a stretch. But one common thing is he says, you know, we didn't like each other. We weren't close enough. You know, he even said guys embrace Kawhi Leonard and left Paul George's name off of that. And they had some real issues, but some people was feeling like maybe this is stemming from that time. You know, Paul George got his now wife pregnant back in the day, and there was a rumor that he paid $1 million for her to not have the baby. Let's just say it like that for YouTube purposes. And he was dating Doc Rivers' daughter at the time. That's why you seen an animated Seth Curry going at Paul George after he scored that basket. That's the reason I showed that play, because that blew up on social media at the time. And, you know, obviously he had a personal issue with Paul George. Now, I mean, you talk like that in basketball, don't get it wrong, but he was on Paul George in a different type of way all series. Like the way he was talking to him, going off, it was definitely personal, man. And some people were saying like, Doc, why is he still taking little shots at PG this far out? Is he still mad about what happened with his daughter and PG? Now, when they were together, they said a lot of the political correct things when Doc was the coach and PG, you know, was one of the top guys on the team. At the same time, you know, there were several press conferences where you scratch your head like, man, was he sending that at Paul George? Was Paul George sending that to Doc? So I want to know what you guys think about this, man. Was Doc right to take that shot at Paul George? Because we can see as clear as day how he felt about Kawhi when he was there. He called him the closest thing to Michael Jordan one time when he was there. Do y'all remember that? I know those feelings changed when he was load managing more and more and everything, but he only had glowing things to say about Kawhi. Had some interesting things to say about PG, man. I want to know what you guys think about this, though. Is Doc holding on to feelings with something that happened to his daughter? Because you could say, like, he was professional the whole time, and probably was on a surface level, but that stuff sticks in the back of your mind. I don't care who you are. If you saw a young man hurt your daughter in that type of way, when she was dating him, he got another girl pregnant, and it became this public thing, this big public spectacle, and you're seeing what's going on with her in real time, how it's affecting her. It's nothing like, it's just human nature for him to have some sort of feeling towards PG. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.